This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
And with CNN, so Katie Hobbs's campaign headquarters was broken into earlier this week, and her campaign manager said in a statement she argued that the incident was a direct result of a concerted campaign of lies and intimidation by you and your allies. Do you have a response to that?
That is absolutely absurd. And are you guys buying that? Are you really buying that? This just sounds like a Jussie Smollett part 2. So you're going to drag the American people through something like this? Obviously, you don't want to cover the real story today, which we are 11 points up in the polls, and you want to distract the people with an old story. And I can't believe that she would blame my amazing people or blame me for something like that. I don't even know where her campaign office is. I'm assuming it's in a basement somewhere, because that's where she's been campaigning. And you guys are despicable for falling into that trap. You drag the American people through so many BS stories like the Jussie Smollett, and you're letting a campaign a woman who's been running a terrible campaign, direct you to a story like this. You know that she's running a bad campaign. She's being attacked by her own party, and she's desperate. And so she's trying to point the finger at me. It's despicable, and it doesn't shock me, because what we've seen from her is probably the worst campaigning in the history of campaigns.
And then you see a woman who's raising 4 kids on $400 a week. And you go, nothing else matters to her. There's no argument other than, guess what? We're going to figure out a way to make bread more affordable to you. I mean, there's just, when it's about survival, when it's about these issues that just, they can't live. Now, you can scare them and say it could get worse. They could take your health care away. I mean, that's a strategy to go. But, if she is representative of a big part of the populace, and she is, and now let's even factor in people who've seen their IRAs, not a woman like that necessarily, but who've seen their IRAs go down by 20–25%. It's really tough. And I've come on the show and talked a lot about that. You got to scare people and make it about the Republicans that are crazy people. But even with the pending crazy, when you can't afford to buy the stuff that you were able to buy a year or 2 or 3 years ago, it's tough sledding. I hate to be negative Minnie over here. I don't even know what the hell that means. But I am really scared about a bloodbath 10 days from now.
Look, we did it. We did it, Joe.
Unreal.